Greetings, you flesh-mad steeds. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Why snappy fingers? I've never done that before. Well, sure, why not? I've also never opened, that's probably also not true, a pack of Theros on this show. I think I've opened a pack of Theros before. Look, if you cover the T and the S, it says Hero, because it's the set with Heroic in it, though apparently that wasn't on purpose, so they claim. I don't know. This was given to us by Metalupus at PAX South 2019. Rip in pieces, PAX South. You were a real one. Shame about the whole rest of your state. Let's move on. Theros. First up, it's Natalie Portman. I'm sorry, that's Ifara's Portman. I'm sorry, Ifara's Warden. The card that looks like Natalie Portman. That's so easy to confuse. 3 and a white for a 1/2 human cleric. Tap to tap target creature with power 3 or less. Was this card good? Not really. 4 mana for that? Yeesh. Next, hey, it's Flesh Mad Steed. How you doing, everybody? 1 and a black for a 2/2 horse. And whenever another creature dies, tap Flesh Mad Steed. More disturbing than the unknown is a distortion of the familiar. Which, yeah, alright. I agree with that. Next, we have Nimbus Naiad. 2 and a blue for a 2/2 nymph with Bestow for 4 and a blue. So Bestow was honestly super neat. So you could cast these enchantment creatures as an aura. And then if the creature died or got exiled or removed or even killed in response to you casting it, then the enchantment just sort of went thunk onto the table as its own creature. So it's a 2/2 flyer for 3. So it's a Windrake, which is already just like a good card in Limited. Or for 5 mana, the enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and flying. And then if they kill that, then you still have this Windrake left over afterwards. So good stuff. Love Nimbus Naiad. That was actually pretty good in the draft. Nylea's Disciple is 2 green for a 3/3, and when it enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to your devotion to green. Devotion meaning the number of green pips you have on permanents you control. So worst case, it's a 3/3 for 4, and you gain 2 life, which is fine. It's fine. Fellhide Minotaur, 2 and a black for a 2/3. Thanks for listening. It's a Fellhide Minotaur. It's a 2/3 for 3. The Minotaur's deck worked, and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like a banger necessarily. I don't think it really actually got. This is from back in the day when a magic block was multiple sets, and I don't think that Minotaur Tribal really kicked off until Born of the Gods, when they printed like the red black uncommon Minotaur that made other Minotaurs cheaper. I'm pulling useless information out of the dregs of my brain, so that's fine. It's not as good as Borderland Minotaur, which is also vanilla. It's 2 red for a 4/3. But sometimes you could just kill people with Borderland Minotaur. It was 4 power. Sometimes did stuff. 2 vanilla Minotaurs. Rough. Blood Toll Harpy is 2 and a black for a 2/1 Harpy. When Blood Toll Harpy enters the battlefield, each player loses 1 life. You ever kill someone with a Blood Toll Harpy? It could happen to you. Or your opponent could make it happen to you. You could kill someone with a Blood Toll Harpy, or you could die to one. It could happen. You could draw a game with Blood Toll Harpy. If you wanted to. Benthic Giant. Sorry, let me pronounce that properly. Benthic Giant. There we go. 5 and a blue for a 4/5 giant with hexproof. How long ago was Theros? It wasn't that long ago. 2013? 10 years ago? Okay. Just feel like creatures were simpler in these days, he said of the set, that with Heroic. We've had 2 vanilla creatures, and this is just a 4/5 with hexproof for 6. And that one's basically vanilla, you just gain 2 life. It's really throwing me back. Voyaging Satyr, 1 and a green for a 1/2 Satyr Druid, tap to untap target land. Yeah, sometimes a Voyaging Satyr helped you, ramp some stuff out. Pretty cool. Here's another one of the Nymph cycle. This is Spearpoint Oread, 2 and a red for a 2/2 Nymph with Bestow for 5 and a red. And it has First Strike, and the enchanted creature, if you cast it with Bestow, gets +2/+2 and First Strike. So, like, generally, the Bestow creatures were sort of like the bestowed creature gets the power and toughness and ability of the creature with Bestow. I'm pretty sure that wasn't always the case, but for this cycle, it was pretty straightforward. It's just, that's a 2/2 with flying, and the creature gets +2/+2 in flying. This is a 2/2 with First Strike, and the creature gets +2/+2 in First Strike. Generally, they were pretty good. Perforos's Emissary, we're into the uncommons now. This is another Bestow creature. So it's 3 and a red for a 3/3, and it can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. But it has Bestow for 6 and a red, so for 7, you can give one of your other creatures +3/+3 and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. This was before they templated Menace. It's a 3/3 with Menace. That's what that means. That's how old this is. Gross. Hey, it's the first pick. I mean, Favored Hoplite. You're gonna have to find a really good rare for me to want to first pick it over Favored Hoplite. Let me tell you what. Single white mana for a 1/2 with Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Favored Hoplite, put a +1/+1 counter on Favored Hoplite and prevent all damage that would be dealt to it this turn. I forgot it had that extra bit of text there. I was just like, it's a Squire. It's a 1/2 for 1. And then Heroic, you just make it bigger. So you just get, you just start casting Naiads on it, combat tricks, all kinds of nonsense. Seeing this on turn 1 was like, oh, it's going to be a short game. You go like that into one of the what are they called? Those cycle of enchantments for 1 and colored mana. No, not the cartouches were Amonkhet. It was like the ordeals. So like Ordeal of Heliod, for example, in white. Coordinated Assault is our last uncommon, single red mana, up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+1 and gain First Strike until end of turn. But it's up to 2, so you could cast it you could just target the Hoplite, and then suddenly this 1/2 is now a 2/3, except it's also +1 from this, so it's a 3/3 with First Strike, and it can't be dealt any damage. It's just, Heroic just gets out of control. We have a Swamp and an Add card, and our rare is definitely not first pickable over Favored Hoplite, though it is probably, worth something. It's Temple of Deceit. This was the cycle of temples where they first showed up. So it taps for blue or black and enters tapped, and when it enters the battlefield, you scry one. So, hey, nice. Disappointingly, this pack is only $4.19. Didn't even have the decency to be $4.20. Temple of Deceit is only worth I'm sorry, what was it? 39 cents. So, not as good as I would have hoped. What is it? Is there other cards worth more than that? No, that is the highest card here. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm taking Favored Hoplite, and I'm going to draft that deck, and I'm going to be the menace at the table. So there we go. 2013? Good grief. All right, well, hey, I hope you enjoyed that. That's going to be it for the Crack-A-Pack today. Thanks, everybody, for watching. As always, this show and everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. I target you with gratitude, and you get +1/+1 counters. Haha. Because you're heroic is what I'm saying. That's the... Until next time, I've been Graham. James is on tech. Heather gets these online. Matt edits them. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.